Hi, welcome to the Coastal Business Channel. I am Laura, and today we're going to discuss, is being a financial advisor the right career path for you? And part of deciding whether it's the right career path for you is I'm going to discuss what the skill set that a financial advisor needs. Now, if you watch any of my other videos, I love being a financial advisor. I think it is the best career for me, definitely the best career for this part of my life. I did not choose to go into wealth management or financial advisory work right out of business school. And I will tell you, I didn't. I lacked the confidence. Trying to get clients scared me. And 3 is I love the New York City life. So I did the whole equity research. Sex and the City was out when I was, or had maybe it just ended right when I finished business school in '99. And the high heels, the fancy restaurants and all of that. I love doing that. I think financial advisory work would have been difficult for me then. I started becoming a financial advisor in my mid-40s, and it was perfect. The office is 8 minutes from my house. When I started at Morgan Stanley, 8 minutes from my kids' school. On my interview, I told them my kids are my first priority. If there's a something going on with a client, something going on with my kid that's an emergency, I'm gonna choose my kids. And I've shared that with my clients. Thank God I have not had a situation like that. We did have a whole bunch of COVID multiple times in our house and things of that nature, and I got it, and I would be sick. My clients understood, and if necessary, if they needed me, I would get out of bed and I would help them. That didn't happen either, so but I would. So here's the skill set that you need if you're deciding on a career path to be a financial advisor. There's sales and marketing. What I said in my last video, which was how to prospect, it's a sales job. Don't fool yourself. It's a sales job. If you cannot get a client, if you cannot keep a client, you are not going to have a financial advisory practice. So you have to sell to start and get the clients, and then you have to keep them. So it is sales and marketing first and foremost. Attention to detail. You have to have strong client relationship skills. And again, to me, that's sales and marketing, right? But you have to be comfortable with your knowledge base to be able to sell yourself to a client. You need to analyze data. To me, you need to know math. It's not crazy math because when I started trading derivatives back in 1993, there were computers and I would type in, the equity and what I wanted to hedge, and it would do all the math for me. I knew the math behind it, but I actually didn't have to sit there and calculate it. You need to be able to communicate. Again, to me, that's client relationships, that's sales. And you need to be able to explain things to a variety of people. I will tell you, I've taken on a new client recently, and she did not know what a bond was. And she didn't understand how a bond worked. So that was my first instant of actually having a client that was not familiar with the equity and bonds market. She knew of the equity market. She didn't necessarily understand how it worked. I think the equity market is a lot easier to explain how it works than a bond. When you buy them a bond and all of a sudden the bond market value in the account drops, but you're trying to explain to them like, no, you get all your money back at the end, right? There's an unrealized loss. You're going to get your principal back at the end. But I actually realized I could explain it to her similar to a mortgage. Now, yes, a bond is not a mortgage, but they share a lot of characteristics, and she built her money up, her wealth up in real estate. So that was a way that I could explain it to her. But again, it is thinking on your feet. And it is figuring out how to explain things to people that don't necessarily have the same background that you have when it comes to investments. Questions you want to ask yourself before you become a financial advisor. Are you passionate about helping people financially? I would have told you going into it that I didn't necessarily know if I was passionate about it. I love it though. So is love passion, passion love? I do love helping clients. I didn't necessarily know how much I was going to love doing it until I did it, right? You don't know how much you're going to love your child until you have a child, and maybe it takes a couple months to truly love that child. That's not out of the ordinary. They're 15 now, 15 and 13. I do 100% love my kids. But anyway, so when I read that, you have to be passionate about, financially helping people. And I was like, God, I wouldn't have said yes to that. I wouldn't have said that at all. I just didn't know that I would think that I was passionate about any career, to be honest with you. But it does turn out that I guess maybe I am passionate about being a financial advisor. I love it. I don't think it's for everybody. So definitely sit down and ask your questions. You do have a customer facing role, but again, I think that kind of goes with, are you passionate about helping people? You can't help people unless you're talking to them. Network and reaching out to strangers. I do that over the phone. That's how I do it. So it's interesting. I haven't really sold myself in person. I've tried. I dared myself. I literally dared myself to go. I was someplace and strike up a conversation and not say, hey, do you want a financial advisor? But strike up a conversation and ask them about what they're doing and see if you can kind of steer it over to, well, I'm a financial advisor. Never happened. And I really like chickened out. I love I love talking on the phone. I love asking that way. I really have no problem reaching out to people. I've actually had some phenomenal conversations with people that I called on the phone. One was the dean of the UCLA Business School, who also happens to be a University of Chicago graduate. Didn't become a client, but gosh, I had a great conversation. And then another one was a very successful hedge fund gentleman. And he just gave me career advice, and we talked about the economy and where it was going. And it was just a fabulous conversation, and I really loved it. So I think I love these conversations, whether people become clients or not, which I think helps me get clients, right? So when your enthusiasm for what you're doing and the information around it comes out, then people are more able to relate to you. So the other is are you promoting your services? I do have my Facebook page. I do have emails that get sent out by the service that I use. Number 5 is, are you comfortable making decisions? Again, I wouldn't have said that right out of business school. I would not have said I was comfortable making decisions based on other people's personality, other people's investment positions. And I think part of it is this year's been hard. Last year, portfolios lost money, and it hurts. It hurts that, these portfolios are down, and can I position them? And I feel like I've done things to help people have less of a loss as if they stayed in their portfolio the whole time. But it does suck. And I know certain clients, it hurts them more when their portfolio goes down because of leverage that they have and things of that nature. So I'm comfortable with it. It doesn't mean it's easy, and it doesn't mean I don't care or I don't have feeling when things happen that I don't want to happen. Much more fun in 2019 and 2020, even 2021. Those were nice years to becoming a financial advisor because the market kept going up. So you didn't have that down year of having difficult conversations and having to make difficult decisions. So those are the questions that you should be asking yourself. What I'll tell you is, I think it's a wonderful career. I really do. But I'm also here to tell you, I would have sucked at it in my 20s, and I might have sucked at it in my 30s. And I think right when I had kids and my kids were little, it would have been difficult as well. But being in my mid-40s, having that wealth of information already, it's been absolutely wonderful for me. If you are in college or you're going to college and you're thinking, hey, I'd like to do this, I hear people do this and they have wonderful careers. I also think if I started younger, I would be in a better position than where I am now if I had the confidence to do it. But find a mentor. So if there's a team you can join, if you have a parent that's doing it, a cousin or what have you, reach out. If you know me and you're watching this video, reach out. I mean, I'd be happy to work with someone or mentor someone. It is a fabulous business, but it does take a large knowledge base that you have to have in order to succeed at it. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day.